Somewhere on this earth, a 105-story skyscraper towers over a capital city, and no one has ever walked through its doors. In the heart of the Amazon, an American town crumbles beneath jungle vines, swallowed by the wilderness it tried to conquer. In the Arabian desert, construction machines sit idle beside the skeleton of a city meant to reshape civilization. These are not myths. They were funded by billions of dollars, backed by governments and corporations, and built with absolute certainty. And yet, they were abandoned. This is FactZone, and today, we explore the world's most expensive dreams that were left behind. There is a blindness that comes with power. When governments write checks with 12 zeros and architects design cities from scratch, the possibility of failure rarely enters the room. But history is littered with the wreckage of projects that seemed inevitable until they weren't. Politics shifted, economies collapsed, the people never arrived. And what remained were billions of dollars frozen in concrete and steel, surrendering slowly to time. In Inner Mongolia, China, planners drew a city from nothing. Wide boulevards, gleaming skyscrapers, museums, stadiums, all designed to house over 1 million people. The city was called Kangbashi. Billions poured in. The infrastructure was real, but when construction finished, the people never came. Apartment towers sat locked and silent. Fountains ran in empty plazas. Streets built for thousands held no footsteps. Real estate speculation had driven construction far beyond any genuine demand, and Kangbashi earned a reputation heard around the world: the Ghost City. A complete, modern metropolis that forgot to become one. Rising from the center of Pyongyang is something stranger still. The Ryugyong Hotel, 105 floors, shaped like a dark pyramid against the sky. Construction began in 1987 as a symbol of North Korean ambition. Then it stopped. For 16 years, the concrete shell stood without a single window. State maps omitted it entirely. A government that controlled every image of itself could not acknowledge a 330-meter failure. Work resumed in 2008. Glass was applied to the exterior, but inside, the building remains empty. No guests, no lobbies, no floors fit for occupation. It has cost an estimated $2 billion in one of the poorest countries on Earth. The tallest monument to silence in the world. In Spain, during the economic boom of the 2000s, investors built a brand new international airport in the region of Ciudad Real. It cost over 1 billion euros. The terminal was sleek, the runway long enough for intercontinental flights. It opened in 2009, just as the financial crisis tore through Europe. Airlines pulled back. Passengers never materialized. By 2012, the airport was closed, 3 years after opening. In 2015, it sold at bankruptcy auction for 10,000 euros. 1 billion built, 10,000 recovered. A runway to nowhere, preserved perfectly under the Castilian sun. Off the coast of Nagasaki, a small island called Hashima once held over 5,000 people in a space no larger than a few city blocks, one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Mitsubishi built it as a coal mining colony, complete with apartment towers, schools, and hospitals stacked on every inch of land. Then, in 1974, coal lost its value. Residents were given 1 month's notice. Within weeks, Hashima was empty. Dishes left on tables, books on shelves, the machinery abandoned underground. Today, the ruins crumble into the sea, a world that was complete, vibrant, and suddenly switched off. In the Amazon, Henry Ford believed ambition could override nature itself. In 1928, he purchased land the size of Connecticut in Brazil and built a town. American houses with roofs designed for snow that would never fall. Cafeterias serving food workers refused to eat. He planted rubber trees in dense rows, and the jungle responded with disease and insects that destroyed the crops within years. By 1945, Ford sold it back to Brazil at a loss. The jungle reclaimed the sidewalks. Vines negotiated with the foundations. Fordlandia endures as the most intimate portrait of industrial arrogance ever constructed. And the present offers no immunity. Saudi Arabia's NEOM project, The Line, promises a 170-kilometer city rising 500 meters into the desert sky, housing millions with zero carbon emissions. Hundreds of billions pledged. Construction has begun. But leaked reports suggest timelines are collapsing. Targets have been quietly scaled back. And what may stand by 2030 is a fraction of what was announced. History, as we have seen, has a long memory for projects like this. What connects all of these stories is not incompetence. It is not corruption. It is something more human. The belief that scale is the same thing as success. That if a project is large enough, ambitious enough, expensive enough, failure becomes impossible. Humanity builds bigger every year. But the ruins of Fordlandia, the silence of Ryugyong, the empty boulevards of Kangbashi, they are not monuments to progress. They are monuments to overconfidence. The money is spent, the concrete is poured, and the wind moves through corridors that no one ever intended to leave empty. This is FactZone.